I'd like to share some stories about 3 objectives of this chapter that you can see on the screen. As you'll learn in this course, if you already haven't figured it out, storytelling is a powerful tool to communicate. And I would like to tell you some stories about how I applied these objectives at some time or another in my career, in this case with Royal Dutch Shell. So for the first objective concerning constructive feedback, here's how I would do it. Just like when you're going to be doing this team report, you can't get your part done unless somebody meets their deadline and gets their stuff to you. And you've probably seen that in your own work environment. I found that just by mentioning it, people, very intelligent, of course, so they wouldn't be working with you, admit, for whatever reason, yeah, they messed up. It could be the stress due to the pandemic. It could be the family issues. We don't know what's going on in somebody else's life. And they generally have said, yeah, okay, let's move on. And once that's decided, don't beat the dead horse, as I call it, with the same issue. It's over. Team meetings are team meetings, whether they're face-to-face or virtual. And virtual meetings are here to stay. To what degree, we don't know yet, but they're here to stay. And we were doing virtual meetings in Shell before all the great technology came along, and of course just regular face-to-face meetings, and in both cases they were treated the same. There was always an agenda sent out in advance. Often, for whatever reason, in Shell they'd send you a PowerPoint, but the point is you reviewed it so you looked like you were on top of it and you weren't wasting their time, wasting your time, etc. The manager, team lead would always recognize that he or she couldn't do everything. So somebody was the note taker, somebody was a timekeeper, and someone uniquely to Shell that's very concerned about this type of matter had an individual assigned called a process checker. The process checker, the main goal was to keep them on topic so we can end on time. And of course, the meeting notes were always sent out so that it would be a reminder of who said what and what was decided, because every meeting would end with an action plan. Who will do what by when, which is what you're going to experience when you get to your team reports. Now, everybody knows etiquette in business and just in life is important, but you're remembered if you go beyond the norm. When I used to go to oil conferences, and frankly, they were mostly engineers, but there were some training and development managers, we would always exchange cards, just like you do if you go to a business meeting or a business conference. But I took it a little step further. I want to share this with you because eventually you're taking this course to improve your career. I would write on the back what we talked about and then send a follow-up email mentioning what we talked about. I guarantee you the number of people that would reply and say, wow, thank you. And yes, I'll be back in touch. And we'll learn later, of course, that it's something you already know, network's important in business. Well, your time is valuable. Thank you for letting me take some of your time to share some of my experiences that I hope will help you in BCOM 301. Thank you.